Here's more wrestling news for July 27th, 2022, and we're kicking off with this week's Monday Night Raw, which opened up with a segment between The Miz and Logan Paul, and while the pair are both gifted talkers, they spent much more time brawling. It was an odd way for the show to get started, especially as Roman Reigns was scheduled to make an appearance, but there is a reason for this opener. On his show, Meltzer explained that having the pair brawl first was the company's attempt to try and avoid Paul getting booed. The belief is that if the first the fans saw of Paul on the show was his flashy entrance, then they'd only naturally boo him, but instead, their first sighting of the YouTuber was him ready for a fight with WWE's resident A-lister. This worked to an extent, as when Paul appeared later in the show, he wasn't booed out of the building by the MSG crowd, but wasn't exactly treated like a babyface either. Nevertheless, WWE is presenting Logan Paul as the babyface in this feud, and they are doing all they can to prevent him being booed. This week's Raw was the first after Vince McMahon confirmed his retirement, and that was something worth tuning in for. WrestleNomics reports that Raw brought in 1.901 million viewers, with a .50 in the 18 to 49 demographic, an increase on the previous week's 1.765 million and .46. While the show was the first after Triple H's appointment as head of creative, it said that the show was written last week when McMahon was in charge, so fans will have to wait until this Friday's SmackDown before we see a full main roster show by the Cerebral Assassin. This week's Raw did see an appearance by Roman Reigns, who will be defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship this Sunday at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. This undisputed WWE Universal Championship match will also be a last man standing match, and the promotion has been advertising the bout as the last time these two will ever face off. Given that these two have been facing off since 2015, countless fans hope WWE will keep its word, and that includes the Tribal Chief himself. Sitting down with Today, Roman Reigns said he certainly hopes it's the last time, saying, "I hope it's the last time, it hurts. It's brutal being in the ring with Brock. He's a big old country boy and has such a great legitimate background. He started as an amateur wrestler all the way through the collegiate ranks, into the UFC, heavyweight champion. He's dominated WWE for a long time. The only problem he has is Roman Reigns showed up and took over. It's going to be great." Reigns and Lesnar first faced off at WrestleMania 31 and have headlined 3 Manias and several premium live events since 2015, but time will tell if this weekend is truly the end of their lengthy feud. Before coming to WWE, Intercontinental Champion Gunther established himself as Walter and used that name upon signing in January 2019. It was in January this year that WWE changed Walter to Gunther, but the Austrian powerhouse wasn't too surprised. Speaking on the Out of Character podcast, Gunther said that he guessed the name change would happen, as Walter is his real name. WWE has, as of late, been changing the names of anyone who uses their real names on TV to prevent a superstar using a name they had in WWE should they leave the company or be released later on. Gunther added that it was fine with him for WWE to change his name and understands why WWE would want ownership over his on-screen name. Born Walter Hahn, Gunther has continued to be a dominant force since leaving NXT and joining SmackDown, and no matter what name he goes by, the Intercontinental Champion's chops will still be as vicious as ever. More from the Vince McMahon saga next, as the billionaire former chairman is no longer running WWE and is ready to enjoy retirement, or at least that's what things look like from the outside. While the announcement last Friday had fans excited at the prospect of change, one controversial name from WWE's past isn't buying this retirement announcement. Speaking on Legion of Raw, Vince Russo spoke about McMahon's so-called retirement and saying that those who believe he's really gone are clueless. Russo's belief is that after 4 decades in WWE, McMahon won't be content reading books or going for walks like other retirees, and believes that while he's not at the boardroom, Vince McMahon is still calling the shots. It's unlikely anyone will actually agree with what Vince Russo had to say regarding this matter, as McMahon has no official roles with WWE anymore, but that hasn't stopped Russo from thinking up this one last swerve. Now John Cena has made it as a top name in WWE and a growing star in Hollywood, but now the 16-time world champion has entered the video game Fortnite. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, Cena will arrive in the massively popular Battle Royale game, complete with matching Cena accessories and a special "You Can't See Me" emote. Cena is no stranger to being recreated in video game form, though that's usually as part of a WWE licensed game, but fans will now be able to play as him in a much more different setting. We've got some concerning news from Nick Wayne now, the youngest wrestler to sign with AEW. This week, Wayne and his mother were detained at an airport due to a potential bomb threat. It's reported that the Waynes were flying from Frankfurt, Germany to Seattle, Washington when their plane was diverted because of a bomb threat written on a bathroom mirror. Instead, the plane landed in Keflavik, Iceland, and the entire passenger manifest was detained. Wayne's mother was interrogated for quite some time due to the fact that she had an item of makeup that could have been used to write the bomb threat in the bathroom. In an update, Wayne tweeted that they have now made it back to Seattle and that he appreciates the support he received from fans during this ordeal. The 17-year-old won't have long to rest as he'll be competing at this Friday's GCW event and will compete 2 days later as part of StarCast's Ric Flair's Final Match show. Wayne signed with AEW in February 2022 and is set to make his debut when he turns 18, but hopefully he won't have to deal with any more bomb threats or diverted flights. One of the most surprising events in the aftermath of Vince McMahon's retirement and the appointment of Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Nick Khan into top WWE management positions is the rise of WWE stock. Shares of WWE rose 8.4% to $71.81 in trading Monday. Vasily Karasyov, an analyst for Cannonball Research who covers WWE, said investors were responding to the possibility of a sale now that Vince McMahon has retired. He said, "If you have a company that was created or made into what it is now by one leader and the leader steps aside, it pretty much will always have Wall Street speculating that strategic options will be explored." This begs the question, who will purchase it? In a story by CNBC that was published earlier on Tuesday, CNBC noted that McMahon's retirement could perhaps lead to offers coming in, including one that may ultimately be too good for current WWE management to resist. Potential conglomerates/corporations that were listed by CNBC as potential buyers were Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery, which currently airs WWE's rival company AEW on TNT and TBS, Paramount Global, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and CNBC's parent company, Comcast. In a Deadline article on Monday, analyst Alan Gold of Loop Capital is quoted discussing the potential players at a possible WWE sale. His rundown of possible suitors includes Comcast, Disney, Amazon, Netflix, and Fox. As the parent company of WWE's broadcast partner NBC Universal, Comcast would appear to be an obvious buyer. However, Gold says Comcast may be hesitant to take on the financial commitment following its $39 billion acquisition of Sky. Disney already airs UFC programming on some of its broadcast platforms, so WWE could appear to be a logical companion to broaden the combat sports offerings from ESPN and other outlets. But Gold says Disney is also stretched financially by recent agreements to acquire 20th Century Fox and Hulu. This is a challenging environment with the equities of most of the logical buyers depressed, but there is demand for live event programming, and it is the first time that one could realistically think that WWE could be for sale, Gold reportedly told clients. Amazon and Netflix are less traditional but still intriguing options. Gold pointed out that Amazon has been buying more sports programming, and WWE could fit into that strategy. Netflix has avoided sports programming, but WWE's self-described sports entertainment branding could make it an option. WWE content could also be viewed as a lower-cost alternative to more expensive sports broadcasting packages. During an appearance on CNBC on Monday, Josh Brown of Ritholtz Wealth Management called WWE a no-brainer acquisition for either Amazon or Netflix. All of this hinges on WWE's actual interest in a sale. New co-CEO Nick Khan stated in January that the company is not looking to sell. However, in the same interview, Khan confirmed that WWE has taken some inbound calls from other companies looking to buy it. Even before McMahon retired last Friday, speculation of WWE being sold has emerged here and there, with rumors beginning following mass releases of talent from the promotion in June 2021. In January, Khan revealed that WWE had taken calls about a potential sale, but also stated that they were not looking to sell at the time. No WWE higher-up has commented on a potential sale since McMahon's retirement. In the meantime, WWE looks to continue with business as mostly usual, with Triple H as the new head of creative and EVP of talent relations, while Stephanie and Khan will serve as co-CEOs of the company. The first show under the new regime occurred last night when WWE Monday Night Raw aired from Madison Square Garden in New York, while the first premium live event, SummerSlam, will occur this Saturday. And we're ending with WWE, as it was reported recently that Monday Night Raw will soon be TV-14 after years as a PG-rated show. Although no concrete details about the change have been made public, fans have mostly responded positively to the plan, and it's not just the crowd who are excited. Speaking at San Diego Comic-Con, The Undertaker gave his 2 cents on the expected change, saying, "I think it's going to take the handcuffs off of a lot of people and let them be their real selves. I'm excited. I think it'll be nothing but positive." The Phenom added that they won't use curse words only for cheap pops, but that the current talent knows how to use the freedom of TV-14 to their benefit. He also noted that a new rating will allow WWE to touch the Attitude Era, which he admitted was out of control but made for great TV. It's worth stating that much of the Attitude Era isn't expected to come back, especially the company's treatment of women and over-the-top violence. Instead, WWE is expected to allow more mature language as part of their TV-14 rated Raw whenever that change is made, which The Undertaker believes will only benefit the company and the roster in the long run. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.